Woo! Live, y'all. Damn it, man. I came on late today, ladies and gentlemen. I had a couple of technical difficulties in the background, but I worked it out. I'm glad y'all here. 40 plus people in the building already. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all waited for me. Word. I love it. Who's in the building? Oh, y'all already getting busy in the chat. I love it. We outside. Atlantic City in the building. What's up? New York in the house. Wendy, 420 CBD in the building. What's up? Summer Thorn. Yeah, no sound, no nothing. LOL. Y'all hear me? Let me know, man. Everybody in the chat? Yes. Brett, I am here, brother. Down in Chattanooga in the building, baby. Let's go. I'm here. Florida in the building. J Martin in the building. Let's go. Shadow grown something. I can't see the rest, but shadow grown, baby. I like that shadow grown green, baby. Godfrey, what's up, brother? In the building, let's go. Yes. Big up, thank you, Lisa, for attending. Thank you, Lisa. South Jersey in the building. Taliba in the building. One of my longtime mastermind members in the building. Taliba, what's up? What's good? Let's go. Yes. Godfrey's in the building. Florida's in the building. Chattanooga's in the building. Where's my man Brent? That's right, baby. Let's go. Sparks Fly. AI. Go check him out, man. He's got some banging CBD products, some banging Delta 8, some other cannabinoids, some mushrooms, some all that good stuff. Sparksfly.ai in the building. My man Brent down in Chattanooga. Let's go. Jersey in the building. Let's go, Jerry. You know how we do. Jersey all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Atlantic City AC in the house. Brick City in the house. New York in the house. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Everybody in the building? We're going over 40 now. I got Andrew Cooper in the background, man, laying low. We're going to bring him on, man. He's going to school us to all what's going on with this rescheduling aspect, baby. This is a lot. I'm glad you guys are here because we got to be on the cusp. We have to be on the cusp, ladies and gentlemen. The only way we can do that is we got to get the experts who study this thing all day, every day. My man, Andrew, he's all over regulation, legislation, and the rest of this good stuff. So he's going to share a whole lot of goodness with us today, ladies and gentlemen. I got my man Gaetano on as well. Gaetano was in the building. Long, super long mastermind member. Been the longest in the mastermind group. My man Gaetano. And, he's an expert in many, many things. A researcher, a scientist, man. So he's going to tell us a little bit about how this is going to affect rescheduling. It's going to affect science and research and ability for universities and other science professionals to actually now touch the plant when it goes to descheduling. It'll make it easier, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Booyah! You know what I'm saying? And then, where's Nichelle? She ain't here yet, but Nichelle's coming on as well. Nichelle in the building. Nichelle, you're there. Nichelle, check your email. Nichelle. Okay. You got that link in the backstage, Nichelle. Go check your email because I sent her the link. So I need you in the background, okay? I need you in the background. Hold on. Let me see. What happened? Same. I'm here waiting. Ben, I don't see Ben. Ben said he's here waiting. Hold on. Let me get you guys this link, man, to make sure you guys can get up in here. Because we got 2 more guests, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to put you on to, man. It's going to drop some goodness, baby. Some goodness. Hold on. Let me put him in there. Boom. Hold on. Nichelle, I'm going to send you this. I'm going to send you this too, Nichelle. Check your email. Check your both of your emails, Nichelle. Look in your spam. You know how they be doing us in Canna, man. They do us dirty. So they always marking us spam and everything else. But anyway, we ain't gonna let it stop us. We're not gonna let it stop us. You know what I'm saying? All right, Nichelle, check out your. I just sent another email with that with the backstage link. Nichelle, you on the wrong. Oh, you're there, Nichelle. I see you now. You made it. Nichelle's in the back. She's backstage, ladies and gentlemen. She's backstage, ready to rock. Now I'm just waiting for my man Ben. And Nichelle's going to cover it, if you guys don't know, from Canna Coverage. Canna Coverage, man, one of the only black-owned cannabis insurance companies straight out of Jersey, my peoples. And she's going to share some information today about how this restructuring, rescheduling, reclassification is going to affect many of the things that have to do with insurance, have to do with lots of other things that we're going to talk about, y'all. So we're going to get into that, too. You know what I'm saying? Jerry in the building. Let's go. Patterson in the building. Let's go. Fungi in the building. Gaetano's in the building. Yes. Mellow Times. What's up, Melody? It's my peoples. Mellow Times. Green from Rundown. There's my man Ben, and he's in the backstage now. Okay. Yes, he made it, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Richardson, ladies and gentlemen, you saw him on the stage as well, man. He's consistently one of our judges on Spark Tank, ladies and gentlemen. When you come to the show, October 18th, 19th, you're going to see Ben on stage. This guy has so much information boiled down in his brain about financial services, VC funding. He does everything. He's a finance expert, ladies and gentlemen. We need him here to tell us how the rescheduling is going to affect the finance, going to affect our ability to get finance, going to affect the ability of how many outlets and how many other resources are out there for us to get financing, guys, because it's going to open up some things. It may open up some things. So we got Ben here to talk about it for us, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got all the experts in the building, y'all. Woo! Yes, man. And we about to be over 50 people already, and I was late. I was 5 minutes late. My joint was restarting and everything. But yo, big up to all of y'all, man. Big up to all of y'all in the building. Bajal in the building. Bajal, you made it. What's up? Bajal's another finance expert, ladies and gentlemen. She always follows and does everything, man. Big up to Bajal. She's always bringing me deals, showing me good stuff, helping me raise capital at the same damn time. So I love my peoples, man. You know? Lena from Trinity, AC Promo in the building. What's up, Lena? Okay, what's good with you, Lena? You made it. You made it. All my people's in the building today. All my people's in the building today. Let's go. All right, y'all. I can't get too hype. I got to calm down and keep us on schedule. Oh, Tom Spooner in the building. ATM. Tom Spooner in the building. Everybody needs an ATM. Needs to go see that man right now. U.S. Payments. He's the only guy that's got it on pop, man. He's the only guy that doesn't go down. When the rest of those POSs go down on 420, guess what? Your ATM ain't going down. Go to Tom, man. Get that thing popping. We won't say any names, but we know who crashed on 420 2 years in a freaking row. Golly, bro. All right, I ain't gonna be throwing too much shade. Big up, Tom. Yes, let's go. All right, y'all, I got to get into my announcements, man. I was a little frazzled because I couldn't get in earlier today and I had to restart my computer and all kind of crazy stuff. But anyway, first announcement for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only going to do 3 announcements, but we're going to dive right in. We're about to cross the 50-person mark. Hey, all of y'all who are new to Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, first, let me do my intro. My name is Gary George. I'm the originator, founder of Real Cannabis Entrepreneur. Founded it back in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now the largest cannabis conference in New Jersey with 1,000+ attendees, 40+ speakers. Last year, we had to upgrade to the largest hotel ballroom in New Jersey, north of AC, and we still overflowed the parking lot. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So you better be ready. October 18th and 19th, right? Tickets are going on sale. Tickets are going on sale within the next week or the next week and a half. As fast as we can get it going, guys. Tickets are about to go on sale, so get ready to pounce because they're not going to last this year. Why? Why are they not going to last? This is the first year, ladies and gentlemen, that we are doing this. We're revealing this to the New Jersey people. We feel like you're ready. You guys are ready. So you know what we're doing? Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference 2024, baby. We're bringing the psychedelics to New Jersey, the first psychedelics conference in New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a freaking zoo in there. You better get there early. You better get your tickets early. You better get a parking space early because it's going to be a freaking zoo. That's all I'm going to say, guys. It's going to be crazy, and this one's going to be big, 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 big. Tom Spooner threw up his contact. If y'all need to hit him up. Everybody needs an ATM, man. Go holler at Tom. He's that guy, man. He knows his stuff inside and out. Old school guy, been doing it a long time. Tom's a hustler, man. Old school, man, and he out-hustles me. You know what I'm saying? All right, my man West, Timber 5 in the building. Timber 5 Dispensary, ladies and gentlemen, one of the few black-owned dispensaries in New Jersey, Somerset, New Jersey. Big up to Timber 5, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing an event this Thursday that I'll be hosting, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Bikers and Buds, baby. Bikers and Buds, I like it. I like mixing it up, stirring it up, getting different demographics involved. So I'm going to be at Bikers and Buds this Thursday, guys. Come check us out in Somerset, man. It's going to be super dope. We're going to have all the bikers, the biggest motorcycle clubs in New Jersey. You'll be able to poly with them, check out some bikes. We're also going to be doing virtual puff and putt, because they got a virtual golf center next to them, right? So we're going to do virtual puff and putt. You get to go in there, swing, man. Get your blaze on, get your swing right, all that good stuff, man. So big up, big up, big up. Guys, if you want to go there, man, make sure you go to timber5events.com. You'll see it come through my emails, but timber5events.com. If you guys want to get registered, I'm going to be giving away a whole bunch of free prizes. When you register, you get a whole bunch of free stuff. Okay? Oh, Michiganja in the building. Misfits, what's up? Okay, that's my people right there. Another one of our longtime mastermind members, man. Big up to Amber. Big up to Tues. the master of master growers, man. Amber and Tues, man, they teach me so much about growing, man. These guys are next level cultivators, man. Not doing regular Joe Schmo stuff. They do big stuff. They do big, crazy stuff that works, man. You guys need some help with cultivation, man. If you want somebody who goes outside the box, contact them, yo. Seriously. Amber, Tues, Michiganja, they got a big YouTube following. They teach other cultivators. They're super dope. They've been one of our longtime mastermind members as well. So big up. Woo! All right, we're over the 50 mark already. Yes, they hype, y'all. They hype. They ready to see Andrew, Guy 10 on the Shell and Ben. They're ready. But not yet, y'all. Real quick, I gotta finish up my announcements. Okay, first one up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me calm myself down, okay? First one up, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me talk about this all the time. Our private mastermind, Cannabis Mastermind Group. We started it back in 2018. Guy Canna was one of my original members. There's only 8 of us. We started it with 8 people, right? And our whole thing with the mastermind group is it's a group of cannabis professionals. We've now grown it to 187 professionals in 7 different countries. Also, it's international. Super dope, y'all. So guys, if you really want to get your business popping, you need to join our private mastermind group. You have to qualify for it. Everybody's not qualified. You will go through a qualification thing, but you will speak to me directly. And if you are qualified, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get you in our private mastermind group. We only open applications twice a year, but every time you guys appear at my webinar, I notice you about it. So I'm going to give you a chance to jump in, to get in and be able to sharpen your business skills. So if you need other cannabis business professionals around you to help you grow your business, a lot of this information is ungoogleable, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to find it nowhere else. You're not going to be able to YouTube University it. You need people who are doing it in real time. So a lot of the speakers that you see on our stage are in my mastermind group. A lot of the other people that you see me associate with in the cannabis industry that are doing big things, they're in my mastermind group. So if you want some high-level professionals helping you grow your business, helping you analyze, helping you do these things, join our mastermind group, ladies. Well, apply to get in our mastermind group. And if you qualify, you will get in. So that is it. RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com/mastermind. RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. Everybody go there right now. /mastermind if you're ready to grow your business. And guys, it's not a free group, so you got to be serious about what it is that you're ready to do, because this is not a free group. But if you are serious and you're ready to grow the damn thing, hit us up, RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com/mastermind. That's for our mastermind group, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the best things of all time, man. I got members been in there for 6 years plus. I got people in 7 different countries: Amsterdam, South Africa, Mexico, all over, bro. I mean, we learn so much in this group, man. We learn about international trade. We're learning about opportunities in Germany. We're learning about opportunities in these other countries that are opening up because we got members in those countries. That's how we do it, y'all. Each one teach one. We got to share the information. But we got to make this one private because it's a lot of high-end information. We can't let it Joe Smokes. Only the people that are serious. That's why it's a paid group. So guys, if you're serious about it, go to RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com/mastermind. Okay? Okay. All right. One announcement down. Let's go. All right, second one up. Y'all heard me talk about it already. RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com, RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. Make sure you're there October 18th, 19th, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see Michelle on stage. You're going to see Ben on stage. You're going to see Andrew on stage. You're going to see Guy Chan on stage. You're going to see all of us on stage. Everybody's doing it big, ladies and gentlemen. We're all going to be on stage October 18th to 19th, right in Newark, New Jersey. Make sure you get on my email list. Well, you guys are all on the list because you're here at the webinar. But make sure you look out for when we release those tickets. They're going to go ridiculously fast because we're doing psychedelics this year. The first psychedelics conference in New Jersey. So make sure, guys, that you got your email. As soon as you see me launch that email about ticket sales, you better jump all over it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to last. All right. Let me see. Next one up. All my dispensary owners in the building. Guys, don't let your grand opening fall on his face. I've been seeing this all over New Jersey. You're opening up and it's freaking crickets. Why? Because you're not marketing. You're not doing anything. You guys think you could just open the doors and people are going to run in, but we're seeing people realize this in real time. That's not how it works. I don't care that you're selling weed. And people not just going to run to your door because you're selling some cannabis, guys. You have to market. So anyway, we were commissioned to do Evolve Dispensary, Temper 5 Dispensary, some other dispensaries, helping them with their grand opening, guys, and we surpassed all records. We made the biggest grand opening in New Jersey, and that was verified from the biggest vendors in New Jersey: Fernway, Miss Grass, The Botanist. They all said, Gary, these are more people than I've ever seen at a grand opening. We got down to Evolve Dispensary. I marketed the thing in 4 days. We wound up getting 500 people to show up, 500 RSVPs in 4 days. You know I'm a marketing beast with this thing, y'all. I don't play no games. So if y'all really ready to get it popping, man, you want your grand opening to be popping, borrow my swag. Borrow my swag, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is holler at me. I'll come host the whole thing. We got the DJs, food trucks. We set it all up, make it fly for you. And we send it and blast it to our list of over 30,000 cannabis professionals in New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. Cannabis professionals, enthusiasts, and everybody else. So that's the dispensary grand opening marketing. Go to realcannamarketing.com, realcannamarketing.com if you're interested in that. Okay, one more, then we're going to get going. And my last announcement for the day. Omni-channel marketing for cannabis services and products, ladies and gentlemen. If you got a service or a product that you need to get in front of cannabis license holders, I know that's one of the hard ones to get, but I'm a data guy and a crazy data analytics guy and a crazy data scraper, right? And I got all the data. Guess what? I got the largest database of cannabis license holders. So if you're trying to get in front of these license holders, you got a product or service, guess what? You can give it to me and I'm the real marketer. I'm going to make sure that we get it off in all different channels so those people see it. As well as the email list, I got a whole nother big plan that goes along with this omni-channel marketing for cannabis professionals. So guys, go to realcannaadvertising.com, realcannaadvertising.com. If you are ready to get your product and service, you got something that you need to get in front of the dispensary owners, the cultivators, whoever it may be, go to realcannaadvertising.com, and that's the way for you to get it right in front of them. Coming through the Real Canna brand that's so well respected, right? Yes. All right. Woo! All right, man. All right. Yes, I like it a lot. Let's go. All right, y'all. Let me put my overlay up. I've been playing around. I told you I was late today and all that good stuff. Here we go. Where my girl at? Where my wow girl? We call her our wow girl. Y'all see my girl? Hold on, where's she at? There she is. Yes. Wow girl's in the building. All right. What's up, wow girl? You been sitting down there chilling, waiting for me to pull you up, right? She's like, yes. You know we got to make it fancy at Real Canna. We can't just be an average webinar. We can't just be a Joe Schmo webinar. We got to have fly stuff, y'all. Y'all know how we do, man. All right. Last thing. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. On the chat, everybody, one more thing before we get started. This is Real Cannabis Entrepreneur. I'm a marketer by trade. I own a 27-year-old digital marketing agency. We are unlike any other webinar or any other event that you've ever attended, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else stands on the stage, stands on the webinar, talks about them and only them. I allow you guys to market your products and service. Put it in the chat. Tell me what your product or service is. Tell me what your website is and tell us what you need. More importantly, what you're looking for, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what we call a networking bonanza. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we do it, Real Canna. We're going to help y'all all the way, man. We're not here to just look all important and all that on stage. No, we're here to help y'all, man. New York in the building. Yes. Will the recording be sent out? No, you better stay here and watch it. You better stay and watch it because we ain't sending no recording. Nah, I'm just playing. I might hook y'all. No, I usually don't, but whatever, man. But just stay. All right, anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough announcements. It is 12:25. We are 10 minutes behind, but that's okay because this one's going to be dope. Ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I got some superstars in the house tonight. I don't even know how to introduce all of them, but we're going to do it in real time. Forget it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do it like that. So let's do it. All right, first up, Andrew Cooper, super duper attorney. New York, New Jersey, all of the guys. He's one who's more integral in the cannabis industry. And you got to get people that are involved in the industry, that are out there, that are helping other people. Don't just go get an attorney that's sitting up in a freaking office that nobody sees or knows. He's not going to be nearly effective as a guy like Andrew who's out there giving back, doing the damn thing and everything else. So ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how we do at Real Canna. I need everybody to hit the A's in the chat. A's in the chat right now. Everybody hit the A's in the chat for Andrew. Let's go. Give me them A's in the chat so we can get them hype and bring them out, y'all. Let's bring Andrew out, y'all, with a bang. He's always contributing to the Canna fabric of New Jersey, New York, and everything else, guys. So show him some love. Put them A's in the chat right now. A's in the chat. That's what's up, Brent. Let's go. A's in the chat. Let's go. Y'all know, now y'all got to get them hype, or I'm not going to bring them out if y'all don't get them hype. Let's go. Yeah, Veronica. Yeah, 420 CBD. Yeah, Brent. Let's go. Get them hype. Let's go hype. All right, we're going to bring him. Here he is. Andrew in the building.
Hey. What's up, Gary? Thank you, man. All good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I'm doing great. I can hear you. It seems like it's delayed. Does anybody see? Does Andrew look delayed to anyone else except me? Hopefully it's just me, but it seems like his mouth delayed. As long as we can hear you, we'll lip sync it.
Am I delayed?
Can you hear me, Andrew?
I can hear you good.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you just look delayed to me, but you know what? Forget it. They probably see you okay.
What does the chat say? What does the chat say? Am I delayed?
Andrew's hot. Said he's hot. They said no. They said, guys, good. I need y'all to help me real quick.
They say I'm not delayed, man. They say I'm not delayed. No delay.
All right, good. All right, it's on my side. Forget it.
Okay.
Andrew in the building. What's up, Andrew? How are you, brother? How's everything?
I'm doing great, man. It's a great week so far, man. What can I tell you? So let me ask you, we want to cover the background? We want to cover the impact? Tell me where to start, man, because I can't wait to get going.
We're gonna wait because I'm gonna bring everybody on at the same time. So you're the first intro. Second intro up.
All right.
My man Guy Tano in the building. Guy Tano's in the building. Guy Tano Liardi, y'all seen him doing psychedelics. Y'all see him doing everything. Guy Tano's one of my aces in the hole, been down with me since 2018, helps me do a whole bunch of stuff with Real Canna guys. He's blowing up in psychedelics. He's doing a whole bunch of other things, but he knows a whole lot about science and research. And I wanted to get him on and talk a bit about science and research today and how the rescheduling is going to affect the ability for universities and other researchers to touch the plant. So, ladies and gentlemen, put the G's in the chat. G's in the chat. G's in the chat real quick. G's in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on Guy Tano, my man 50 grand. Always there supporting Real Canna, man. Always making it happen, y'all. Put G's in the chat for my man Guy Tano. That's what I'm talking about. Let's bring him on. Guy Tano in the building. What's up, Guy Tano?
Hey, Gary.
Hey, I like the space background.
Yeah, I chose that one today.
All right, Guy Tano, hold tight. We got to bring the shell on, guys. We're going in real time. All right, guys, I need ends. Ends in the chat. N for the shell. Canna coverage in the building. Y'all know how we do. Let's get the shell hype. Get them ends up. Let's go. Faster y'all do it, the faster I can bring her on. Let's go. Canna coverage in the building. Canna coverage in the building. Let's go, Wes. Let's go, Brent. Let's go, Veronica. Let's get them hyped. Yeah. Okay. Michelle in the building. Let's go. Michelle's in the building. Okay. She's got some green with her. She's got the green with her. Let's go. What's up, Michelle? How are you?
I'm doing well, Gary. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This is going to be dope, man. All my people's on at the same time. I have not done a webinar with more than 2 people on at the same time. This is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be super dope. Michelle in the building. We're going to have a powwow. All right, last one. Big boy in the building. My man, Ben Richardson. I told you he's the finance expert, the CEO of 730. He's integral in so many big deals in the cannabis industry. He's going to teach us more about how the rescheduling is going to affect ability for us to get finance, for money to move, for all types of other regulations to change. So, ladies and gentlemen, put the B's in the chat right now. Put the B's in the chat right now. Let's go. Put them B's in the chat, y'all. Let's go. That's my guy, Ben. Y'all seen him on stage at Spark Tank. Y'all see him all the time, man. He's a big dog in the industry, guys. Very important person that you need to know. Holly in the building, Florida in the building, Mr. Ganja's in the building. Let's bring him on, y'all. Ben in the building. What's up, Ben?
Yo.
Ben Richardson. What's up, Ben? How are you, brother?
Good. This week.
Yes. Ben in the building, guys. All right, now I got everybody on. Let me turn the music down. Then we're going to get busy. I had the music pumping today. I'm surprised y'all even heard me. I had it way up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it started. Let's get it popping. You know what I mean? We're going to see about this configuration here. We're going to ride with this damn thing. But we're going to start off with Andrew. Andrew, first up the bat, right? I told you guys today we're going to have a round table, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? And everybody's going to chime in. You guys feel free to post your questions. I'll put them on the screen. Y'all know how I do Real Canna. Don't hold them to the end. Put the questions up as we go, okay? So Andrew Cooper in the building, Esquire, attorney extraordinaire. Now, Andrew, I know you study this more than anybody else. You're very super knowledgeable, right? About all these things that are going on. I learned so much from Andrew, guys. When I call him, he's always schooling me to something else. He's always sending me something else that I need to know. And he's very good at explaining some very high level concepts to us little brain, non-political, non-legislative, non-regulated brains that, I come from an entrepreneur side of things where politics wasn't an issue. But now in cannabis, politics is an issue. Okay, so we got to get Andrew here to break it down. So Andrew, I want you to start, man, and tell us, how is the rescheduling, Schedule 3, from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 overall? We're going to equate it back to money. How does that hurt or help from a monetary perspective? How can we monetize these adjustments?
Well, we'll start from the easy part. It gets rid of 280E, right? I'm not going to go through the background about the Controlled Substances Act in 1970 that put cannabis in Schedule 1. It was supposed to be temporary, pending additional medical research, which Guy's going to talk about. And ultimately, when it was in Schedule 1, we couldn't do any research. So it sat there for 50 years in Schedule 1. It was never supposed to be there and was always supposed to be temporary. So if you don't think it's a big deal that this rumor leaked about the fact that the DEA is going to agree with the FDA and move to and agree to reschedule it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, it is a really big deal. Now, it's not the end all be all, because we know plants should not be scheduled at all. So we need it to be descheduled. But the important part to remember is that there's parts of this process that require everybody to comment on these draft regulations and the rule when they promulgate them. Because if you don't have a robust record to go back to, we may end up getting stuck in Schedule 3 rather than make our way to being descheduled. But 280E, if you don't know, 280E is an Internal Revenue Code provision that basically says that any entity that operates illegally, cannabis being Schedule 1 is federally illegal. Any business that operates illegally is not entitled to take normal business deductions. The only deduction that a cannabis business can take is the cost of goods sold. Now, that may not mean a lot to most people, but what it does mean is this. When you can't take normal business deductions and you can't operate as a normal business, then you're not on the same playing field. Effectively, your tax bracket, your tax rate is probably 70 to 80%. Now, just by way of comparison, normal businesses operate in around a 20 to 21% tax bracket. So let's start there.
Yeah, buddy.
All of a sudden, cannabis businesses are going to have a lot more money to work with. They're going to have a lot, their disposable income is going to be there. Margins are going to be better. And that's going to start the process of a lot of things, a lot of good things that are going to come from cannabis businesses just having more money to work with.
Right. Absolutely, man. That's a big one. Absolutely the biggest one that I think we've all identified in terms of a benefit from rescheduling is getting rid of those 280E statutes, ladies and gentlemen. That's the IRS statute called 280E that just like Andrew said, that disallows all cannabis businesses from writing off regular business expenses, payroll, lights, all the other stuff we write off normally as entrepreneurs. Can't do it with cannabis. So it effectively takes us up to a 70-80% tax rate, but this is going to knock it way down and get us back down in those 20-30s. And that's going to look pretty sweet very sweet, guys. We're talking that's a major difference, man. 30-40%. That's humongous. So yeah, Andrew, that's a great point. 280E. Now, so what else, Andrew? Did you have something else to contribute in terms of some other things that it may directly impact?
Well, it's hard to say. But if you start with 280E, remember, it's not just taking the deductions. It's the fact that the cannabis business is now going to be able to be profitable. So other things are going to happen. Well, we already have banking. The problem is we don't have lending platforms in banking. We only have depository platforms. So maybe now banks, it's not federally illegal. Banks are going to look at this space and say, you know what, maybe we can build out a lending platform. We don't have to worry so much about all the Bank Secrecy Act and all the filing and reporting requirements. The same thing goes with the credit card companies. Credit card companies have always stood on this theory that we're not going to get involved in cannabis because it's federally illegal. So guess what? When we get to the point where we're no longer federally illegal and we're actually made the move to Schedule 3, which, by the way, does not happen overnight, although it could have. They could have done it by order, not by rule. Could have just said, here's the order, we're moving to Schedule 3, and there's nothing that you can do about it. But they did. They're going to promulgate a rule, and there's going to be a process. But credit card companies can look at this. Credit card processors can look at this and say, you know what? It's not federally illegal. We don't have the same impediment. We don't have the same preclusion. We don't have the same compliance issues. Maybe we'll start to think about moving into the cannabis space. Because we all know right now, the only place that you can use a credit card is in the unregulated shops. Can't use them in the regulated shops. So that may happen too. Now, other things that can happen. Well, you know what? Right now, we can't file trademarks in cannabis because there's no classification. Because United States,
I forgot about that one, Andrew. I forgot about that one. It'll affect our trademarking capabilities. That's a good one.
It could.
Maybe.
It doesn't happen overnight, but it could, because you know what? Maybe they build a classification for cannabis now because it's not federally illegal. Maybe they start to think, you know what? Maybe it makes sense to do that because remember, we can patent in cannabis. We just can't file trademarks. Now, what about bankruptcy? So bankruptcy is a federal code, United States Bankruptcy Code, built out of Article 1 of the Constitution. So right now, the preclusion is because it's plant touching, because it's federally illegal, bankruptcy courts will not entertain cases brought by plant touching cannabis companies. Now, we've seen a little bit of liberalization of the bankruptcy judges, a little more acceptance, a little more willingness to consider bankruptcy-related entities and filing under Chapter 11, because that's the code which allows them to reorganize. So when a company gets
Right.
all jammed up and they're stuck and they need to kind of reorganize their business in order to become profitable and move forward, bankruptcy wasn't an option. So now maybe along with the liberalization of some of the bankruptcy courts, we start seeing a loosening up. Now, remember, there's no absolute requirement that any of this happens. But because it's no longer federally legal, we like to believe that things like this will, over time, start to happen.
That is dope, man. Give it up for Andrew, y'all. That was so much information Andrew just distilled down for us, y'all. That was super dope, man. That was a great summary. Didn't I tell y'all he's good at summarizing? That man, you know, that's how we do up north, man. We talk fast, and he's an attorney, so he talks super fast. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I like it, man. Summarize it, give us that. But you see how he broke that down? Bankruptcy, trademark, 280E, Visa, MasterCard, 4 major things, ladies and gentlemen, that we've all been missing in the cannabis industry. I just read that article about an employee of a cannabis company couldn't file bankruptcy. I said, oh my gosh, now they're bringing it down onto the employees. That was so foul when I read about that. I forgot where it was, but one of the employees went to file bankruptcy. He couldn't do it because he worked for a cannabis company. That's just really unfair. So that's crazy. Trademarks, would love to get our trademarks situation in place. That's been a big a gap for all of the cannabis companies. We got to figure out ways of maybe trademarking it by putting it on an ashtray and this and that and do all this crazy stuff. But now we'll have a direct more source to come in and bang it out. And of course, having Visa and MasterCard, ladies and gentlemen, for support for Visa and MasterCard. You already know. From a e-commerce side of things, just so you guys know, I'm going to tell you some data. When you put Visa and MasterCard in those entities and they're able to swipe credit cards, you get an immediate bump of like 20-30% in sales. You get an immediate bump in average order value because people aren't regulated. If they got to go to the ATM and they got to take out a certain amount of money, sometimes they're only going to spend that money. But when you got they got multiple cards that they can swipe and do whatever, now it's going to open up a big amount of chunk of additional revenue, man. So that's really dope. Now, Ben, I'm going to ask you something, man. Yeah. We're going to piggyback off of Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Talking about finance, talking about banking, talking about VC funds, right? Traditionally, the VC guys weren't interested. Where they were interested, they were just watching us from afar and saying, we can't really mess up our big money messing around with y'all little Canna guys until you get enough Canna money rolling, right? So I want to talk to you, Ben, more about how that's going to affect the VC game and what you're hearing on that side. Are these guys opening up? We're seeing more VC deals, some trickles happening. Tell us what's going on the VC. Guys, and people don't understand. Let me stop using acronyms all like that. Venture capital. VC funds say venture capital. Those are the big boys, not the angel investors. Angel investors are guys who traditionally invest under like 5 million, right? Ben, and the VCs go 5 million and up, right? Is that the range for, is that it, Ben? Let me ask you.
Everything tends to be smaller. Everything tends to be smaller. I lie here. So it's cannabis, right? So the funds in general are pretty small. Right, most of the funds out there are probably in the range of 20 million. Some maybe 50. Some have had multiple funds. These typically have been, investments that largely go into ancillary. There's some plant touching. Those companies are largely growth stage. So not a lot of people looking for like small business, which cannabis now is, right? And I would look at this now and say, everything has changed for certain segments of the business, right? And it's segments like retail, right? Retail has tons of labor. Like labor is your number one cost, right? It meaningfully changes all the retail dynamics, like overnight, right? If you're an extractor, like you might have, your COGS might be a little different. Your payroll is probably not your biggest component. The 280E is absolutely a benefit to your operation. But it hasn't, been a headache, as much of a headache for, compared to the other segments, right? Particularly retail.
Right.
So it's interesting now to look at where the interest comes. You've seen some of the funds moving around to, sniffing around retail, driving really hard deals. But everything is different this week, right? I think everything is different. Cannabis and cannabis retail licenses are somewhere between an alcohol license and a gaming license, right? Right. And that's kind of what they're going to be. And you can get behind a liquor store. You can get behind a few liquor stores, right? I think people are really discovering how difficult it is. You can't have this field of dreams approach with retail. right? That doesn't work anywhere. You can't just build it and hope they'll come. So people are really, I think we hear folks struggling in Jersey and in Brooklyn with just activation. And for that, I would just advise people to really lean on the experts in this business, the data companies, the software providers. All of that stuff becomes deductible to you now as an operator. So it's a new game for both the plant touching operations and the vendors who provide services.
Yeah, man, good stuff. Hey, Ben, and I was reading another article. There was the first VC funded retail dispensary in New York, and I read further, and it was some guys who were from OCM, that's the Office of Cannabis Management in New York, and they were from there, and they spun off or something, and they opened up their own dispensary. And I saw an article about it's the first VC funded What do you know about that, Ben? What's going on in that world?
I believe that's Poseidon's play, right? And the idea is to help these operators get up and get started. And there are a number of roadblocks to that. Capital is a big one. Kind of getting your whole stack set up from a technical perspective. So they're there helping that group, backing that group to help people start up. So it's just one of many items you've seen. I would just caution people when people come to you saying, I'm going to run your operation. Know who they are. Know that they're buying the data. Know that they're giving you a suite of services that will truly help your operation. Because anybody will take 5 to 10 points off your operation, but if you get nothing for it, you're dead in the water. 280 years, no.
Oh yeah, good insight, Ben. That's great insight, man. When it comes to operations, ladies and gentlemen, just like here, Ben. You better get the professionals, man. We're seeing so many people take an L trying to do it themselves. This is a team sport. Cannabis is a team sport, man. You cannot do this by yourself, man. And everybody who's trying it is getting their behinds handed to them right now. And they're calling me in distress. Gary, help us. Our sales are nothing this week. We're dead this week. We don't know what to do. I said, what's your marketing budget? Many of them say, I don't have one. And I say, oh my gosh, you're in big trouble, my friend. You better fire a bud tender, managers, fire somebody and get enough money to do some damn marketing, or else the bud tenders and managers are all going to be unemployed, including you. And so, yeah, I've been very hardcore on a lot of my owners this week because I've been warning everybody for this for 5 years, but nobody waits. They wait and listen, try it, the willy-nilly, and now they're feeling the pain. So guys, it's time to wake up. And this is the reason we cover these types of content in this type of topic so that you guys can stay ahead of the curve. Now we're going to talk to Nichelle next. Nichelle, the insurance expert, right? And insurance, in cannabis too, man, we get whacked over the head for insurance, right? We're playing this crazy game and there's all these types of regulations. So the insurance guys got to do all types of extra work and extra this and that. And so it costs us more, right? So Nichelle, with the rescheduling, how does that impact insurance, writing policies? How does that impact us getting policies, what it can cover, what it can't, our expense, other things that we can maybe cover that we couldn't before? How does this change the game a little bit for insurance?
Yeah, first of all, Gary, thanks for having me on the show today. It's such a historic time. Cannabis has been exonerated, right? So from reefer madness to the war on drugs to this is your brain on drugs.
The old cracked egg commercial. I forgot about that, yo. This is your brain on drugs.
So now this is really an opportunity for us to create the public service announcement about cannabis, the medicinal uses of cannabis, and how we can impact health outcomes. Insurance, it functions on two sides of the house. The healthcare side with your employee health benefits, life insurance, key man insurance, and then insurance is also there to protect businesses from financial failure, right? We don't want one bad day to put you out of business. So from property insurance to general liability,
Wait, somebody got their music up. Andrew, was that you turned up? Somebody turn it up and looping back. Anybody turn their volume up? I hear loop back. All right. All right. Go ahead, Nichelle. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. As we travel across the country and see these cannabis markets, we always see that cannabis business owners are very much underinsured, which puts them at risk. So where banking goes, insurance goes. So once we pass the Safe Banking Act, the Claims Act will also follow. which allows insurers to provide coverage for Canna businesses without the threat of federal prosecution. So rescheduling impacts insurance in a huge way, and it also eventually become a little more affordable. We're seeing high premium rates, and we expect that to come down as more get in the business. But it's really important that we lead the charge with risk management to avoid claims from happening in the first place. So some of the claims that we see are, mislabeling of products, and where 12 claims were filed, there was one wrongful death. Right? It could have been other underlying health issues that also impacted the decedent, but it happened, right? Somebody made a mistake on the factory floor. So having the right process safety management in place and analyzing what all the exposures are and making sure every risk is properly mitigated, so these claims don't happen at all. So when the industry matures, comes along and shows that we're leading the charge in risk management and there's less claims, insurance rates will certainly fall. So we just try to really educate our clients on the importance of risk management, the importance of insurance, right? Nobody wants to pay that premium, but let something happen and everybody goes running for that policy to read, hey, am I covered?
Right.
So, protect your business, protect your livelihood. Let's protect the industry together.
Yes, Nichelle. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get our prices down, de-risk the whole damn thing for us, right? Make sure we're proactive, right? You want to make sure you're proactive, guys. That's why you need professionals like Nichelle who's going to tell you what to do, set things up, man, so that you don't have to go down those roads. That is the optimal way, right? The last resort is always utilizing your safety net, which is your insurance policy. But the first line of defense is proactively going out and setting up systems and processes, man, that are right and on point. And Michelle's been doing this so long, y'all. She knows so much about the insurance game, particularly cannabis. Yes. Brett says, how can I reach you, Brett? Brett says he's ready to get to the show right now. That's right, Brett. You better get it right now.
Cannacoverage.net.
Cannacoverage.net. Cannacoverage.net, Brett. Go hit her up, man. That'll get to Nichelle and she'll help you out. And she's really knowledgeable. And Brett, you do need her, man, because what you're doing and what we were talking about yesterday. So she can help you with all that good stuff, man. For sure.
I mean, Gary, just let me add that the other side of the insurance house, the employee benefit side, we're bringing medical cannabis to your employee health benefits, right? That's
big, y'all. That's huge. That is freaking huge, y'all. I better wake up and listen to what Nichelle just said. That one is big, the biggest thing that blew my mind in this thing. Say it again, Nichelle. What does that mean now?
We're bringing medical cannabis to employee health benefits. What we want to provide are the alternatives to opioids and other synthetic drugs, right? Because remember, when prohibition occurred, it didn't just happen to us, the consumers. It also happened to the pharmaceutical industry. So rescheduling allows the pharmaceutical industry to get into the cannabis industry, but we're already in it. So just remember, we have to stay ahead of the curve. How do we bring cannabis culture? How do we bring these great products? How do we educate bud tenders to understand the 72 conditions that are impacted by medical cannabis, right? Leading with education, leading with great products that have proper quality controls and product testing, right? Stay ahead of the curve. Be ready for what's coming in the pipeline. Of course, the pharmaceutical industry wants to be in, but you're already in it. You're getting in it right now. So everybody's here at the right place, the right time, but we all need each other. So like you said, Gary, it takes a village to build this industry. And I think we're doing a great job thus far.
That's right. Canna game, baby. Let's go. We're making it happen. We're doing it as a family, y'all. We got to group together, man. We got to be the Voltron. We got to pull together, man, so we can fight. We can fight and we can make sure that things are done right, man. So big up to you, Nichelle, for going through all of the different things, and that's just big, man. Alfrenet as a healthcare, as a employee benefit, guys. Cannabis as an employee benefit, yo, that's gonna go through the roof. All of these employees are smoking. They just can't say it because they're employed. But as soon as they get that employee benefit, I bet you they all gonna be signed up. They all gonna be signed up. Because everybody just can't be honest because, you know, you're jeopardizing your livelihood with these jobs. And they're saying, hey, man, the stigma's still there. You can't be smoking. But look at that. New Jersey police now can smoke off duty. You know what I'm saying? Big up to New Jersey police getting high. Big up to the New Jersey police smoking that ganja. You know what I'm saying?
Let's make sure we're framing it in the right way. The police, the emergency personnel, they deal with very traumatic events on a daily basis.
Facts.
They can use that for calming from seeing traumatic incidents, fighting depression. So that's why Gaetano and I, really decided to become the New Jersey State Co-Directors for Minorities for Medical Marijuana, not just for social equity and social justice, but for health equity, all those medicinal benefits. If plant-based medicine, whether it's cannabis or psychedelics, belongs in healthcare, and we're leading the charge with that.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. And that was great. You're right, Michelle. It's all of our first responders and everybody else that goes through so much trauma that really need the cannabis plant, man, to help them relax and be on point, man, to help them help us when we're in freaking distress. They better be relaxed. We better let them relax and get right. So when one of us go down, they're there to help us out, man. So I love that, man. Big up to that. Big up my man, Dan Jensen. Code 3 Outreach, one of the first guys that was big in doing everything for the first responders. Big up to Dan Jensen, man. You know what I mean? Doing the CBD thing. Now we're moving into the cannabis side. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is really dope. Really dope. Really dope. Really dope. Yes, Brett, you loving all this content? Big up to you, Brett. You always hype, brother. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Gaetano in the building. Gaetano in the building. Gaetano, now we're going to talk a little science. We're going to talk a little research. It's been a whole thing when it comes to cannabis. The joke was that we couldn't get real studies because there was only one or two universities in the entire United States. I think it was Alabama or Mississippi, right? Was there only one, right? Mississippi? One in Mississippi that it had researchers, but we were able to study the plant. And the researchers were all saying, this is not an apples to apples study, guys. They're making us grow the weed. We're scientists. We don't know how to grow this damn weed. We're not growing the weed like they growing on the street. We're growing some boof up in here. And then we got to compare it to some gas on the street, and we're not getting the same results. So it was a skewed thing from the very beginning that never allowed the cannabis industry to do further research that we can validate some of these claims and we could start to make claims. That's me as a marketer. That's my number one thing, the ability to make claims, because those are the biggest selling points. Hey, this can cure this. Hey, this can do that, right? But we can't say any of that crap because there hasn't been any research to validate. So Gaetano, what is the rescheduling to Schedule 3? Will that help with research, scientists being able to touch a plant, do what we got to do, figure out and give us the validated answers, clinical trials, whatever, so we can make claims? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first, when this news first hit, I kind of did this whole model in my head. So the research benefits everyone. Research benefits retail, benefits all the other businesses. You learn about dosing and so on from the research. You can do surveys and do a real world research. So it opens it up to all the universities, and it opens it up for grants and so on. But so I kind of gamed it out in thinking about the pharmaceutical model and the Western medicine model, where you actually are able to go to your doctor, get a prescription, go to the Walgreens, pay $5 and have insurance pay for it. So I kind of think out in my head, thinking about the DEA regulations, the FDA regulations that are required, what clinical trials are required, and so on. And it kind of came out with a timeline, right? I think in about 2030, 2031 was my original timeline, where I'm saying, okay, you can go to the doctor, get a prescription for an indication, get your cannabis, go to a Walgreens, pay $5 and get reimbursed by insurance. Then I kind of shaved off a year or two, depending on, because we know cannabis is safe, right? Maybe the pharmaceutical companies or the researchers can make an argument for the safety and skip right to maybe phase 2A or 3 and do the clinical research. So then I kind of shaved the year off. So probably I shaved it down to like 2028, 2029, where we actually can have a full Western medical model in place for the people who are interested in that model. But the research opens it up to everyone. And we also have in New Jersey the clinical registrant application license, which is a research license, which the CRC guidelines they're being written and worked on. So again, a major university can get involved there as well, and
I want you to repeat that, Gaetano. That was a good fact right there. I want you to repeat that for everybody in the building. You hear what Gaetano said about this additional license type. There's an additional license category in New Jersey specifically for research. Say it again, Gaetano. What's it called?
It's called a clinical research applicant. It's a clinical research license, another type of license that's going to be rolled out for clinical research.
That's dope. That's dope. So that's going to give them some bigger capabilities. And they're probably going to open up all types of stuff for those people who have that type of license to do things outside of the norm a bit. So that's really dope.
So hopefully one of our major universities or medical systems like a St. Barnabas or Hackensack Meridian can jump in there and do some clinical trials with cannabis. They're already doing lots of clinical trials out in PA. There's like 6 or 7 major institutions doing actual clinical trials with cannabis, and we should be doing those here in New Jersey. We're a very pharmaceutical state, and I say that not to say I'm not defending big pharma, but there's a lot of smart people in New Jersey, who know that clinical research space that can jump in and do those trials. So that's what we need more of that, and that to be established for sure. So it opens it up quite a bit. And I'm actually, and now if we have to have the political will too, right? This is an election year, and we already know the Biden-Harris administration are on board, right? They had a big meeting at the White House. Trump administration, he's transactional. They're transactional. We don't know. So it is an election year, so we got to have the political will to drive this forward as well. But let's not forget that there will be opposition in the open comment period, like these organization called SAM. There's going to be opposition, but I think we'll get past that, and it'll all eventually pass. We got to remember it is an election year. We want to vote in the right people to make this happen as well.
Right. Good point, Gaetano. Yeah. Good point, brother. Yeah. Good point, man. A lot of good points there. I hope y'all was listening, Gaetano. Just drop some bombs. Andrew, I want you to speak to that because we're rolling right into that, right?
So
politics. Let's talk about it.
So I want to talk about some really, really important things. You got to vote. You got to vote. You got to vote. Now, I want to say it's not possible, but I can't tell you that it isn't possible that with changes in administration, this process can't be stopped because we don't know. Chances is a possibility it can. And we know that. Now, if you do the research, you know that there's a chance, change in administration, change in the Attorney General, it can stop this process. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. Number 2, the research. So if the goal ultimately is descheduling, not rescheduling, 2 things have to happen. Number 1, during this comment period, we have to get robust comments talking about supporting the rule, supporting the rescheduling, supporting ultimately descheduling, because they're going to go back and look at the comments, just like they keep going back and look at the congressional hearings around the Controlled Substances Act. We know exactly how cannabis ended up in Schedule 1. We know it was supposed to be temporary, and we know it was supposed to be temporary until the research was done. Guess what? There was no mechanism for the research to be done. So the DEA, the FDA continued to fight against the rescheduling, and they kept saying we don't have the research, and we couldn't do the research. For 48 of the 50 years, 49 of the 50 years, we couldn't do any research. University of Mississippi, they were the only ones, and they did nothing. So now we can do the research. Robust comments when the rule is published in the Federal Register. Number 2, we have to do the research because the only way we get from rescheduled to descheduled is to have research that supports the lack of danger, the lack of likelihood of abuse, and the medicinal use. And 3, vote, vote, vote.
And vote again, ladies and gentlemen. Vote, vote, and vote again. Yeah, you gotta get it popping, y'all.
Yeah, research doesn't just mean clinical trials, right? You could do a major survey, and that's research. A university could jump on and do a survey and get the pulse of the people, and that could be used during open comment period as well.
Right. That's smart too. Maybe we need to do more of that, Gaetano. Gaetano's down with the surveying company. What's their name? Alt Data, right?
AltMed Data, yeah.
AltMed Data. Big up to AltMed Data. My people's over there. Gaetano's down with them, man. But we got a survey. Maybe we should do more surveys, Gaetano. Maybe we should lead the forces. Like we, you know
I'm
what I mean?
thinking about it.
Let's change the whole game, man. Shoot, let's go down in the history books. Let's get our names in that damn history book.
We could do it. We just got to have the distribution channels, get it out there, compile it. We got the HIPAA compliant database with AltMed Data and run it through there, and we can use that during open comment period. Absolutely.
And don't forget that as we're successful, as cannabis, every vertical becomes more successful. We become more robust. We can compete. We can affect the unregulated market. We can reduce the unregulated market. We can increase the tax base. The retailers pay less. The government gets more. They get to do what they want. They get what we promised them. At the same time, we reduce the unregulated shops. Competition amongst the regulated shops increases, which is healthy. It's a free market economy. We've never had that in cannabis. We need that.
Absolutely.
And Gary, like I said to you, I'm all about descheduling, and ultimately that's what it's in my heart. But again, I think there could be two lanes, and there's no reason why there can't be a pharmaceutical lane, and there's no reason why there can't be an adult use or a descheduling lane. You can have two lanes, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. I agree too. I agree as well. Go ahead, Nichelle. You had to say something?
Right. Leading with science, technology, and innovation. Right. We understand the endocannabinoids.
That is your audio, Nichelle. Turn your speaker down. That's you. Every time you talk, I hear that music looping back. Turn your speaker down so you hear me a little lower, but it won't loop back. Yes. Go ahead. But go ahead. What were you saying? Yeah.
So if we lead the charge with science, technology, innovation, understanding the endocannabinoid system that's been discovered by Dr. Mashula over about 30 years ago. So we understand how our system responds to the more than 100 phytocannabinoids in the plant. So there's so much to do in research and development. And as we bring this data from science and technology and applying it to medicine, all the other ancillary businesses will follow, right? Understanding how it impacts improving healthcare, lowering the cost of healthcare with these alternatives to opioids and other synthetic drugs has a real impact. If you just think about taxpayers, we pay for healthcare for those in the public sector. So all these other expensive medicines that have we all see these commercials from the pharmaceutical industries that it causes adverse reactions. We may have to monitor your organs like your heart, your liver, your kidney, right? And it just leads to a downward spiral of your overall healthcare with these synthetic drugs. So leading the charge with cannabis, plant-based medicine, both cannabis and psychedelics leads to better health outcomes, and it brings cost savings, right?
Yeah.
So it really changes things. So it's to think about the bottom.
I saw a comment in there about AI. Let's not forget about AI. We don't know what AI can help us discover a bunch of new minor cannabinoids and so on. So let's not leave that out of the equation here as well.
Right.
More
Oh, that's Brent. Oh, he said he got 150,000 Asia. Brent, you on it, Brent. Brent is on it, man. He's in our mastermind group as well. That's one of our new mastermind members. But Brent he is on it, bro. He's on it.
Great.
But yes, we got to get the research done. We got to get all of the other things so that we can make claims. We got to do stuff that we can foundationally say that cannabis has this medicinal benefit, which they tried to say it didn't, but putting it in Schedule 1, which was obvious it did. It was obvious that the government already had patents on cannabis far before they said it was no medicinal value, which clearly shows that they knew it was medicinal value and what was to come. So, guys, and just like Andrew said, they gamed us for 50 freaking years. I didn't even know that's what it was about, Andrew. I'm glad Andrew's here to school us. Like, they gamed us and said, hey, we'll put it Schedule 1 temporarily, guys, until we do the research to confirm that it's all clear. But then they bullshitted, never gave us a way to do the research, and never damn did the research. And so they just kept us at bay with the okie doke, y'all. It's called the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? So now we're getting around it. We got a lot of smart professionals that are paying attention and pushing this envelope. And I like the fact that we're all, starting to work together to push this thing and make some big things happen, man. Hey, Ben. I want to ask you one final question about finance, man, before we get ready to end, guys, because this was a powerhouse webinar today, y'all. Powerhouse, man. This is needed, guys. This is what I'm talking about. We got to get info in real time from people who are in the trenches. I told y'all this is what Real Canna is all about. That's why we call it Real Cannabis Entrepreneurs. These are real people doing it, not professor talk, not book talk, not none of that crap. People that are in the trenches doing it, man. So you're never going to find information as relevant and as timely as what these guys are giving you right here. So, Ben, money time, man. It's
Yeah.
money time now, right? When you get to that reschedule, we can get more bread. We get an instant boost in revenue. It might open up some banking, might open up some VC funds and some other big sources of revenue, might open up some loans for us in the banks, all those kind of things, man. How do you feel would be like the best way for everybody to get prepared right now while they're waiting? Because remember, we got to wait till, just like Andrew said, could be this, could be that. They can mess with us in the thing and go back to the comments. It might take a little while, right? So while we're waiting, I want to know what the smart entrepreneur should start thinking about and start to adjust now, knowing that this is coming down the line.
Yeah, the crazy thing about this, and I'll just like a personal note, but because it leaked, it just kind of came and went, right? And I was like, wait, like why people aren't smoking out in the street? But the reality is, things take time, and it's a little one of those hurry up and wait situations.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be months, and Andrew may have a better idea of the timeframes for this, but it's going to be 9 months. We're going to have 280E issues. All of this stuff is going to get kind of discussed. Like absent that, like it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened. It is here. Like you need to be planning. You need to be considering what place you can take in the industry, right? If you were a marketing service, you're not deductible to these people. They're no different than a beauty company or somebody you may deal with, right?
Right.
And what we know about this, and what I've been yakking about for 5 years doing this is a hugely disruptive.
Ben got stuck.
No.
Stuck. He's stuck.
Yeah, he got a little stuck, but
he's frozen in time.
Is that once the Department of Health and Human Services approved and passed on rescheduling to the DEA, we saw like over 70 banks file to get into cannabis. They want to bank in cannabis. And not just for making deposits. They want to, provide loans to the cannabis industries. And again, where banking goes, insurance goes. So it's really a transformation.
Already valuations have gone up. Keep in mind, our goal ultimately to be green, right? To reduce our carbon footprint can happen when we have the cash to spend on the packaging that is going to allow it to be recycled. Recycling programs built into the regulations, like in New York, where you can only do a loyalty type program where you can give a benefit to an individual customer only based on a recycling program. So let's talk about the big impact. More money means we can do a lot more good things than we've ever been able to do. And as far as the banks, you know what? They've always been able to get into cannabis. It's just hard. They got compliance issues. They got Bank Secrecy Act issues. It's not that they can't. So the banking issue is kind of a problem, but not, yes, we need safe banking. We can't have people holding cash of that large numbers and expect that nothing's going to come of it. But we're on the right track. And as far as the timing, because that's an issue, the hydrocodone, which was rescheduled from Schedule 3 to Schedule 2, took 8 months, and there were no administrative hearings associated with that rescheduling.
Wow,
so we can expect that cannabis is going to take at least that long, if not longer. There are people out there, there are entities out there, there are organizations out there that their stated goal, they already said it. Our goal is to shut that down. We're going to do everything we can to stop it or stall it, and we know it. So that's incumbent on us. We can't sit idly by and think, all right, it happened, we don't have to do anything. We have to continue being aggressive in supporting the rule relating to rescheduling from 1 to 3, and keep our eyes on the fact that ultimately the goal is not 3, it is descheduling the plant.
Yeah, man. Descheduling, right? We got to move to descheduling, y'all.
And Gary, I'm involved with all the universities and the cannabis research professors. They're all ready to jump in.
Yes, I know they are. I know they're ready, Rock. Everybody's been waiting for this for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. Even the researchers, the scientists, they've been wanting to study this, of course. If I'm a scientist, I want to study the cannabis plant, one of the most dynamic
without going to jail.
Without going to jail, right? Or losing my job and
right.
sacrificing my well-being. Like, good gracious. So those scientists, the scientists are smokers. The scientists use all kind of drugs, right? Their minds have to go to other levels to do the crazy experiments that they do. So I know they're dying to get in there and touch the plant, man. This is such a dynamic plant. There's so much unknown about it, y'all. This is the reason why I love cannabis, y'all. There's so much unknown. Did y'all even see the article lately that they were talking about? We all thought it was terpenes that was giving everybody the scent and this and that. And they said, actually, we found a new cannabinoid. And we think that it's associated with this other cannabinoid, and it's not necessarily just the terpenes. I mean, stuff like this is going to continue to come out every 5 seconds when we get real researchers to break down this plant, because it is a spiritual plant and it's a dynamic plant, and it's very difficult to put it in a box. So we need these studies to understand and be able to prove to the public and legislation that this is a safe thing and that it's a beneficial thing. So this is dope. This is dope, man. This is dope, y'all. This is all right, y'all. We giving up a whole bunch today. Good gracious. All right.
Yeah, and Cannabis made the cover of Times magazine. I'm just trying to share this.
Oh, nice.
Go out and get this coffee, right?
Get on Time magazine, baby.
So Cannabis, the new reality, the legal journey, and its place in healthcare, and what it means to America. So what it means to America through the insurance industry, because when we talk about banking, all of our deposits are backed by the FDIC. So because the Claims Act hasn't been passed yet, the banks are not backed with insurance. Now that we can look at safe banking, we can look at the Claims Act, investors can feel more comfortable about making that investment into these cannabis businesses, and it can just really open up the marketplace and allow for us all to flourish and protect public health and safety, properly ensure quality control, risk management for all these businesses to improve the sustainability, the resilience of the industry. So, again, Canna coverage, we're here to protect you from that bad day, putting you out of business, properly insure your business, properly manage those risks, and then for the colleges and research institutions, it's time for them to get involved. The doors are open.
The doors are open. The doors are open, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring your innovation. I'm waiting for fashion to hit the cannabis industry.
Oh, Nichelle ready to go with them gold boots. She ready to get them gold boots, baby. She ready to get them green boots. She ready to get it popping.
Yes. I'm wearing my gold boots, but you can't see them right now. But I just came from the Kentucky Derby, and it's really the where fashion meets sports. We had the Met Gala this week, whose theme was Gardens in Time. So now we talk about what cannabis can do in the fashion industry. Hemp used to be the #1 grown crop in this country for environmental reasons, but also it impacted the textile industry. We had many, garments that were made of hemp because they absorb the pigmentation of color. So bringing fashion or bringing cannabis to fashion is what I'm really excited about. And
all right, guys, hold on, Michelle. I want to give the audience something because you just sparked my brain. She just gave me she just gave you something on the platter, guys. But she said something that's fundamentally sound when it comes from marketing side of cannabis. Apparel, gear is rolling at a higher level now than even what some of these guys are doing from cannabis sales, like cookies, for example. Their merchandising is off the hook. They're generating huge amounts of capital from apparel, bags, all these other kind of things. Everybody who's a cannabis enthusiast, we all love to wear cannabis anything. When I walk down the street with this shirt, old people, young people, everybody stopped me to talk about some cannabis, y'all. So the fashion is going to be huge in it. And Miss Tues and Amber said, I just need insurance companies to accept RSO and FICO as medication so we can run clinics and everything. Now, they're caregivers, ladies and gentlemen. They've been longtime caregivers in the Michigan state. If you don't know what caregivers are, this ability for you to grow weed for other patients, using them as being the person who's sick, and they grow it for them, manage everything, bring them stuff, all kind of stuff. I love that model. I love the caregiver model, and I learned about it all from my guys who were doing it in Pennsylvania, Michigan. We don't have that model here in New Jersey. I don't know anybody doing it, right? Nobody's doing it. We don't even have that model. But they do it, and they know so much. Tues and Amber, they know so much about. They've been basically conducting clinical trials themselves by treating all these real ailments, real people with real problems, and seeing what works best. So that's why they threw that up and said, "Man, I need the RSO and the what's FICO." Tues, what's FICO? What is that? Anybody know what that is? Was that a misspelling or is that real? I know RSO, but FECO. Anybody know what FICO is?
Gary, too, write your legislators, because unfortunately here in New Jersey, we don't have home grow and we don't have the caregiver system, and we have to fight for that. There are some bills there, and Nichelle and I sit on the board of Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey, and we're looking to push that forward as well. But out of all the legal states, I think all of them have this home grow, but we don't have it here in New Jersey yet. Yeah. So we have to hit up our legislators on that.
Absolutely. We got to fight hard for that, y'all. Y'all know that ain't right.
FICO stands for full extract canna oil.
Okay. All right. I learned something new today. Thank you, Tues and Amber. Teaching full, what was it? Full something, cannabinoid oil?
Yeah, it's the interaction of cannabinoids on our endocannabinoid system is what produces feelings of relaxation, pain relief, happiness, and more. So again, going back to research and development, understanding the impacts of the phytocannabinoids on our endo system.
Right. Now, good stuff, Nichelle. Thank you for that clarification. I learned something today. Like I said, guys, it don't matter how long you in this Canna game, man. You're going to learn something every day, something new every freaking day. We're all still babies in the game, and we got to continue to learn and grow this industry. Here's a good one for you, Andrew. This is a good question, Stephen Rawls. But with New Jersey being a unwilling state or whatever. At-willing state. Well, you guys know what that means. Employers have the right to decline employment or fire pending the results of a negative result. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Except, absolutely. That's correct. And so is New York. But when you're talking about the police, you're talking about having a collective bargaining agreement. The collective bargaining agreement will dictate the terms of the relationship. And if it's been determined that a police officer is allowed to smoke cannabis off duty as long as he's not impaired while on duty, then they will not be able to terminate him under the collective bargaining agreement for a positive test. But yes, if you're not protected by some other like a collective bargaining agreement, there's no contract that governs the relationship, then that's true. But where there is an employment contract or a collective bargaining agreement, which acts in the same capacity as an employment contract, then the terms of that agreement will determine whether or not a positive test can result in loss of employment.
Hey, Gary, just to go to this whole thing about a positive test, I've been saying this for years, right? Again, everyone's looking in the wrong friggin' place, because you could have a metabolite in your urine, your blood, your saliva. It doesn't mean you're impaired. Impairment happens in the brain. The brain has to be measured. So everyone is looking for the breathalyzer test. They're all looking in the wrong place. So this is where science and research can help.
Right. I hope it doesn't help make no tests and tell that we high so they can give us tickets, though, guys.
There should be maybe there should be a self-test where you could tell if you're impaired yourself.
True.
You shouldn't be getting in the car if you're impaired or operating machinery. Let's just face it. That's personal responsibility.
We hear a lot of the argument that we hear in communities across the country and New York and New Jersey. The reason for the opt-outs, one of the things you hear from communities and community leaders all the time is there's no reliable test. How do we know if somebody's impaired? Now, you can talk about the breathalyzer and you can talk about this, the field sobriety test before the breathalyzer, and you can talk about how close in the level of success those two tests still are. But at the end of the day, if we had something equivalent to a breathalyzer to test for cannabis, that is active impairment, not in your blood, but in your brain, I think we'd have an easier path to convincing these municipalities to start to opt back in. So let's hope for that test, because that's the only way we're going to change the landscape in places like New Jersey, Long Island, where you have towns and communities that literally decided they know better than the tests, they know better than the science, they know better than the facts. They know, as far as they're concerned, that unregulated cannabis is worse if you add regulated cannabis, and you're fighting that fight. So until we have a reliable way to test and confirm and assure them that we're going to be able to keep people who are impaired off the roads, we're going to be fighting that same fight.
Yeah, that's a good point, Andrew. Very good point, brother. Very good point. It's a necessary evil that we got to put in place, man, to ensure that the towns feel safe, that everybody else feels safe. So, yeah, this is where the science comes in, because now we need a measurement of the brain. Who's got the device to measure the brain on the road? You gonna have the cops getting out, putting suction cups on my head, yo, like trying to read my brain waves, tell how high I am. How they gonna do it?
Yeah, there's so many complexities that have been created because it's federally illegal. I don't know what's going on with my music here.
Oh, you gotta turn it down. Turn your speaker down some more, Michelle. That's what it is.
Turn it down. You won't be able to hear me.
You won't hear me as clearly, but we'll hear you good. Yeah.
Can you hear me okay this way?
Yep, you sound better. Yep, better.
Okay.
Better.
So because cannabis is illegal on a federal level, but state by state, states' rights are legalizing cannabis. But there's the states' rights versus the municipalities here in New Jersey, in the case that Andrew was referring to, where police officers from Jersey City were actually fired because they tested positive. And it was after the Attorney General made the statement that cops can now consume. So what happens when the state says yes, but your municipality says no, and you're part of the emergency personnel? So those police officers were fired, and then they filed an appeal right through their union representation. So that's a great case to watch here in New Jersey. But the Attorney General is working on the guidelines for your emergency personnel, fire, police, your EMTs. As of now, they cannot consume 8 hours prior to their shift. But then there's all these different modalities of consumption, whether it's a topical, a gummy, or through inhalation, right? So just everyone keep an open mind of what the industry really, really brings, because maybe I don't like to smoke, but I used to run hurdles for Rutgers, and I got a bad knee now. So I do use the topicals on my knees, on my back, on my shoulders, increases that relaxation because it's decreasing inflammation. So all medicinal uses, arthritis, MS, epilepsy, trauma, just the list is really endless. 72 conditions that are known as of now to where cannabis impacts health outcomes. It's really an amazing time.
At the end of the day, there's 560 something plus municipalities in New Jersey. That's 560 plus kingdoms, really. And all politics is local. So know where you want to set up your business and know the area, because, like I said, there are 560 plus little mini kingdoms.
Yeah, man. A lot of stuff to fight, a lot of battles to fight, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of opportunity out here. There's a lot of things that are going to change. There's a lot of things that are going to be adjusted. That's what I tell everybody. No matter how much rules and regulation that you have on yourself right now in cannabis, still think outside the box. Do not put yourself in a box because you say that I can't do this right now, because look at what's happening. Everything's going to change. And it's about those forward-thinking individuals that are already putting things in place that's going to make a difference when it's time to launch off and when it's time to when we do get the ability to do some of the things that we want to do. So I'm telling all y'all, man, be forward thinking, man. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens in real time, and whoever's in the forefront is going to really get it. So yeah, man, good stuff. Hey, Michigan Jazz, Twizzy and them, somebody's asking where they can get your products, man. They want your products. Put it up in the chat for me, brother. Put it up in the chat, your contact info, Amber and Twiz. They want to know where they can get some of that, because I told you guys, these are my cultivators that are next level, man. They are next level, and they're outdoor growers, and they're helping all the people that are sick, and they're healing all the people that are sick, and they've been doing their thing. And my man Twizzy's the next level. He uses vibration, magnetism, frequency. Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that in growing. Yeah, he puts magnets on his hose. He uses crystals. Yeah, y'all didn't know about that. Y'all didn't know what these other things do to these plants. Wait till you start seeing in real time. Wait till the science comes out behind that. Oh my gosh, Guy Tanner. Wait till we get to science, because Twiz has done some amazing, him and Amber have done some amazing things. Guys, I'm going to have them on the whole show and just talk about so many amazing things that they have done.
That could be a research project. We could measure that. That'd be fantastic.
Yes, they're the only ones that I know that are doing it. The only ones that have mastered it. And I told people of many, many years the effects on crystals. The crystals are not just rocks, y'all. They're not just rocks. They got a lot more power than you think, buddy. And we're seeing it, experimenting with the plants and seeing the effects of it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But this is super dope, man. Super dope. Rescheduling, descheduling. We got to get it all popping. We got to get everything done, y'all. So it's going to be up to us. And just like Andrew says, Andrew, what'd you say? Vote, 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 right?
Vote.
Guy Channel said, vote, 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 y'all. We got to get out there and vote in order to make a difference.
So if you have a question, the fact is you can take a look and look at what any candidate's platform is with regard to cannabis. Historically, when we were strictly medical, we really didn't have this issues across the aisle. We were more united in supporting medicinal marijuana. The problem is everything becomes polarized, everything becomes political. The GOP seems to have taken the position that they're anti-cannabis and the Democrats are pro-cannabis. And I don't know how it happened, but it's true. So the fact of the matter is that regardless of President Biden's history, which is very much anti-drug, he's now come around and he sees the benefits, or at least he recognizes the value of supporting legalization of cannabis on the federal level. So I'm not going to say, I'm not taking a political stance. I'm taking a fact-based, science-based position. And right now it appears that for the most part, as relates to adult use recreational cannabis, the GOP is not for it and the Democrats are.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. We got to lay it down, man, and understand the fabric of what's going on. Guy Tanner, you had something to add to that?
No. Well, I was thinking as Andrew was talking, I think he's been influenced now. His son was a drug addict and actually cured himself with psychedelics, Ibogaine. So
well, not my son. No, Joe Biden's son.
No,
not my son.
Yeah, you sound like you were talking about Andrew.
No.
I know his son. He wasn't on drugs.
No, Joe Biden's son.
Joe Biden's son was
HIPAA compliance violated. Joe Biden's son, right?
Oh, he was
Hunter,
on opioids.
The famous Hunter Biden, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Hunter Biden. Oh, Hunter was on them opioids. He was hitting them opioids,
Yeah,
huh?
and he got cured, I guess, but with I believe one of the was Ibogaine.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so maybe
we see the destruction of opioids and other synthetic drugs, what it's done. So bringing medical cannabis to the forefront, creating those opportunities to speak with public administrators is what we provide, right? So we're hosting the New Jersey Cannabis Town Hall at Raritan Valley Community College on June 22nd, where we'll host expungement clinics, right? Because we lead with social justice. We'll bring in health equity, helping folks get their medical cards. We'll also have a cannabis fashion show there. We'll panelists,
psychedelics.
So we'll bring the mayors, the council, legislators, right? They need to hear about the conversations that we're having today. They need to hear from the cannabis operators themselves of the barriers that they face in entering the industry. So building those relationships with public administrators, elected officials is critically important. That's what we bring to the table as state directors for M4MM, for the Coalition of Medical Marijuana. We got the CWCB Expo coming up June 4th through the 6th at the Jacob Javits Center. So there's so much happening in the industry. We need everyone to keep showing up. You know, all these conferences used to be really popular, but businesses are opening. So folks are focused on that, but we need to keep advocating for cannabis. We cannot relent.
Absolutely. We cannot fall back, y'all. It's time to push. It's time to push, y'all. Don't think that the battle is done.
Barry, in creating the Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference, hosting this webinar is really tremendous, and we're so grateful to you. Thank you for having us all on the show today. We hope that the audience has enjoyed it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nichelle. Appreciate that. Always, man, in the building. Canna Coverage doing it big. My man, Ben, we got some parting words here. Ben, I'm going to get your I know people want to reach out to you, man. You got some parting words as well as your contact. Anybody wants to get to you, how do they get to you?
Yeah, so I'm Ben Richardson at 7:30. But this is the time, right? This is the time to get organized. This is the time to work on your business plan if you haven't been working on it already. And then figure out how you're going to play in this. right? Not everybody is going to build the next MSO, but an accountant can surely service this business. So I think start simple, figure out what you do best, and where you can be a fit in the industry. And if you're, if you are going to pursue something in this industry, know your business.
Dang it, he almost had it. We almost had it, Ben. Good enough.
Expert in your lane. That's what Ben's talking about.
That's what's up. Hey, man, this has been a super dope webinar chock full of great information and content, guys. You're going to have to go back and rewind some of this, man, and listen to some of the jewels that would drop. Big up to Stephen Brawls, man. Big up to you watching on YouTube. All my other people watching it live and stream on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. Where else am I streaming? Twitch. And one other location, man. But big up. You know how we do at Real Canna. We're all over the damn place, man. And we're going to get you the great information, bring you the people that are doing it in real time, the real cannabis entrepreneurs, my real Canna psychedelic entrepreneurs that are doing it big. And Nichelle, your contact information they can go to, where is it? URL that they can hit for if they need insurance help. They need your help. Where can they go?
Cannacoverage.net, or you can hit me up at nichelle.santos@cannacoverage.net.
There it is. Hit up Nichelle, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew, for everybody that needs, guys, you want a super duper attorney, man. Somebody is not somebody that's robbing the culture, but is actually contributing, man. That's doing some great things. You need to hire my man, Andrew, man. He's about that life and he knows it better than anybody. So, Andrew, how can they get to you, my brother?
Yeah, connect with me on LinkedIn. I run chair the Cannabis and Psychedelics Practice Group at Falcon, Rappaport, and Berkman. My cell number, easiest way to connect with me, text me, call me, 516-455-4563.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You see how my guests do? They give you their personal information and everything, right? They give you your personal cell. That's unheard of. I don't even give out my cell number. But see, Andrew hooking you all up, giving you his cell number, everything. But Nichelle, I got you, Gaetano. Last one, man. Contact information, last parting words. How can they get to you, man, if they want to get into science, research, clinical studies, psychedelic, all of that? Flying CBD to space, whatever y'all want to do. Go, guys.
CBD is last parting words. Innovate and vote, and follow me on LinkedIn. I post quite a bit on LinkedIn on the latest research. I'm getting it from all over the world on psychedelics and cannabis. So follow me on LinkedIn and definitely innovate and vote.
Yes. Innovate and vote. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for today's webinar, ladies and gentlemen. We went to 1:30. This one was so damn good. We had to extend the time, man, because this was a lot of chock full of information, and this is real-time information. Big up to all of our speakers. Big up to Andrew. Big up to Gaetano. Big up to Nichelle. Big up to Ben. Big up to my audience and all of y'all for showing up, man. 12 o'clock in the middle of a freaking Tuesday. We still got over 80 viewers online, man. Big up to everybody for supporting the movement. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all learn more. But that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump out, get all into it. Thank y'all for having you, Andrew, Gaetano, Nichelle. Peace out, y'all. And we're going to see y'all again on the next episode, my friends. You know what I'm saying? But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all again so much, man, for chiming in. Brent, big up to you. Big up to Lori. Big up to Steven. Big up to Taliba. Big up to Michigan Jazz. Big up to Twitter. Big up to Tues and Amber. Man, big up to all of y'all that showed up in the chat. I love when you guys fill the chat up. Big up to Tom Spooner, the ATM guy. That's right. ATMs are still the backbone of all payments, guys. Go to U.S. Payments. Look up Tom Spooner, U.S. Payments. You'll see his logo on my site as well that you can get to, guys. But hit him up. All my dispensary owners, everybody else that needs those, go in and get it done, man. Veronica, big up to you. Big up to Brent. Big up to all my people in the chat, man. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for sticking in the whole damn time, even when I was late. So thank you again. And we are out of here. All right. Peace out, y'all. We're going to see you next week, man. Even more good content next week. More good content. More fire. More fire. More fire. Peace, 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 peace. And we out.